Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, this is BestInSlot and welcome to part 1 of our 3-part look at the brand new dinosaurs of the Cretaceous Dinosaur DLC for Jurassic World Evolution. This completely unexpected DLC, I am super excited to look at this. I have seen none of these skins, not a single one of them, so this is going to be a journey for me as well as you guys at home, but there is something in particular I want to show you guys very soon as well. But first of all, let's look at today's first dinosaur, the Iguanodon. Let's just release the basic skin and then we'll take a quick little look at the stats and stuff like that and do some comparisons. If there's one thing I want to say, this dinosaur produces, as in it's birthed really quickly, like the breeding in the hatchery. It happens nearly instantly. It's kind of crazy. There it is, the Iguanodon. This is a completely unique dinosaur within Jurassic World Evolution. Not only is it, right, Iguanodon is similar in a lot of ways to the hadrosaurs we already have in the game, the Parasaurolophus, the Olorotitan, and so forth. They walk bipedally and then every now and again drop into all fours. The Iguanodon is the only mid-range herbivore that looks anything like this that walks completely on all fours. It also has some other traits involved. One thing I want to check very quickly, yeah, it's a medium herbivore, so it is still the same typing as the other hadrosaurs, but there are some key differences that we're going to get to a little bit later on. Now, before we look at all the skins, let's take a look at the stats for our brand new dinosaur. If we nip down our little list here, if I can ever manage to do such a thing, 56 dinosaurs now in the game. How utterly crazy is that? So let's just modify the genome. So we can see here we've got one of each. We've actually got 2 attack stats, which is really interesting and important. And if we go into social, we only have 1 social tab, but the population 1 to 20 and social 1 to 10. So again, unlike the hadrosaurs, which Iguanodon isn't, but is similar to in a lot of ways, it doesn't have big social needs. A lot of them are quite picky, unlike, except for like the Indominus and stuff like that. The Iguanodon really sticks out like that. Decent grassland, blah 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 blah. And let's just look at some attack stats, for example. So we have attack of 55, defense of 18, compared to, say, well, what's like a mid-range? The hadrosaurs never have defense stats. So compare that with, say, the Metriacanthosaurus. That's a good shout. So 55 to 18 to 77 to 20. So it's a little bit weaker than a Metriacanthosaurus, but not significantly. Again, a little bit weaker as well than the Majungasaurus, but not significantly. With some stat weighting, you could probably change that around. Anyways, let's take a look at some skins before we look at the other stuff. So the first one on the board is the Alpine skin. That noise is utterly adorable. So let's just swap between these two very quickly so I can check something. Yeah, you can see it here that there's not much of a texture on this dinosaur. It's quite subtly done, but there's definitely some banding. Sort of, it starts quite low. If we hop into Ansel for a moment, you can see it starts quite low around this part. It kind of comes in more colour sort of midway across the spine, and then as you get to the tail, the banding does become a little bit more prominent. That's the Alpine one. It's about what you'd expect. The default is actually quite a dark looking dinosaur, quite dark grey skin, so the Alpine gives us a nice bright white one. Very much what you'd expect from an Alpine skin. Moving on, next up on our list then is the woodland pattern. We're looking for some light mossy greens here. So this is what I was hoping to find fairly soon. This is a completely, I mean, obviously it's still stripes and banding, but most dinosaurs in this game, they have 2 patterns, and then they'll have, if you've got, say, 6 skins, you'll have 3 patterns with 3 skins with 1 pattern in different colours, and 3 skins with another. You saw it recently with the Spinosaurus, for example. Half of them were normal, and half of them had that inky kind of face. This is clearly a little bit different. The woodland pattern has way more banding, way more prominent dark banding across the length of the dinosaur, and even has this rather strange looking pattern, actually, like mask-like on the face, where the others just, yeah, they don't have any hint of that at all, but it's fairly prominent on this woodland one over here. Basically what you'd expect so far, I think, skin-wise, nothing particularly sticking out, just a nice looking dinosaur. I don't think Iguanodon would ever suit being a super brightly coloured one, but we'll see what pops up. We've got a jungle pattern next. Should be sort of crimsons and oranges and stuff like that. Yeah, we're looking for deep reds, basically.
This is again matching the woodland pattern in terms of that striped banding kind of texture.
Gotta say, I think this is my... Oh, it does work bipedally. Okay. They do spend most of their time on all fours, I've got to say. But this one is not feeling it. I guess their sprint animation is bipedal and everything else is on all fours, which is actually what a lot of these sort of dinosaurs, this is how they would have acted. People had that problem with the hadrosaurs as well, but hadrosaurs did spend some time bipedally. Look at that! Using his hands! Oh, I love that. That's awesome. Of course, if we hop into this mode here, you'll see... Well, let me bring this... Oh my god, that's adorable. That is actually adorable. But the Iguanodon does have the very prominent claw on the edge of the hand as well, which you would expect from such a dinosaur. Actually, if we go look at one of the others, we'll get a better look at that. There it is right there. Big old thumb claw on the forelimbs. That looks great. I love this skin. This dude is hench, by the way. But the colours on this one much brighter. Very prominent sort of tiger striping almost. Sort of some big bursts of orange there. Really cool. Favourite one so far. As per usual, I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments down below. Which of these is your favourite skins? But we have 2 more to look at. All 3 of the DLC dinosaurs come with 5 unique skins. Next up, we have the step pattern. This ain't your pattern, this is your step pattern, because it married your dad and then something. So again, this is the same one. I suspect with 6 skins in total, we'll have 3 with one texture, 3 with the default. Tends to be how most dinosaurs go. So this should be the final one with this more prominent banding. And it's just some nice... I've got to say, I do much prefer these ones compared to the default ones we've seen so far. This one, again, looks really nice. It's nothing overly extravagant, but I wouldn't want that for... And God, I love that animation. Brand new animations with these dinosaurs, ladies and gentlemen. At least 2 of them have brand new animations. I'm hoping the other one does as well, but we'll have to find out. But still, very, very cool. They do look kind of terrifying when they're all standing around like this, it must be said, but awesome. Right, 1 more to show. This is the coastal pattern. I'm assuming this will be lacking the big stripes of the others, but we'll have to see. No, it's not. I'm wrong. I love that sound it makes as it comes out. It's really adorable, really sort of innocent sounding in some ways. Honestly, these guys were never walking on 2 feet before, but as soon as they sense food, they're all over it. So this is quite similar to the default. I'd say the black is a bit more prominent and the white is a little bit brighter if we compare this to the first Iguanodon. It's definitely a little bit darker, a little bit less brown, and the white is definitely sticking out a little bit more. It looks great, it really does. I really like this banding pattern more than I like the original, and there we go, folks. Mainly browns and whites and greens and blacks, about what you'd expect for this sort of dinosaur. I don't think we were expecting anything super bright. I've got to say, I think this one... Which one is this again? The step pattern may have actually become my favourite. I think that's really good looking. It suits the eyes, it's kind of cute, it's more noticeable than some of the others, but without being over the top. The jungle one is really cool as well, but maybe just a little bit on the bright side. They're very cool. Yeah, I'm voting for step, but I would love to hear what you guys think in the comments down below. What is your favourite of these 6 skins? Now, as I promised, there are unique animations for this dinosaur, and you may have noticed when we were looking... You would be forgiven. Let's go with this tact. You would be forgiven for thinking the Iguanodon shares a lot of similarities with the hadrosaurs like did Monstrous, right? Which would make a lot of sense. But, other than having those unique eating patterns that we've just seen, the unique walking, blah 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 blah, you'll notice that by default the Iguanodon has a defense stat of 18. Now every other hadrosaur and every other dinosaur in the game that doesn't fight, so Mamenchisaurus doesn't fight, defense 0, Iguanodon doesn't fight, defense 0, Maiasaura, defense 0, whereas the others all have 42. Mortoborosaurus doesn't fight, 0. They all have 0 defense. Now oddly enough, the Ankylodocus, which can't fight back, does actually have a defense stat for some reason, which we were all a little disappointed that it was incapable of fighting. However, the species profile included in the trailer for this shows the Iguanodon fighting back. This could be the first medium herbivore, unarmoured medium herbivore, capable of killing another dinosaur. So I bred a big old toughie right here. This is loaded up stats. This is the toughest Iguanodon you can make in the game. If I show you the rating, Yeah, so plus 77 on attack genes, plus 73 on defense, 132 to 91. This thing is a monster. And then we have 88 to 31 for a Carnotaurus. I'm going to use the same dinosaur they used in the trailer. We should see here the first unarmored herbivore capable of taking down another dinosaur. I'm really excited about that possibility. It means new animations, it means... it's just exciting to experience. So I'm going to put these two together and hope upon hope. They've got no water, they've got no food. Are we about to get some combat? I think it's actually about to happen. Carnotaurus is, yeah, they're squaring up to each other. Now, if this was a Hadrosaur, the Carnotaurus would actually have an auto-kill animation against the Iguanodon. This is a really good size comparison, by the way. The Iguanodon is fairly huge. Look at it compared to the Carnotaurus. It really stands up above it. Here we go. Nice. Oh, look at it. Trying to stand up, make itself... oof. Goes in with the thumb claw, jams it in the side of the Carnotaurus, stands up, making itself... you know, it's just trying to make itself big and tall and ready to fight back. I love that. Hoping for some unique... well said, buddy. Well said. At the wrong angle. The sun's on the left, guys. Keep moving around, please. One more hit should do it. Is Carnotaurus going to try anything or just die? The size of this thing is huge. Bam, there it goes again. Swipes in with the thumb claw. We're going for the kill. Carnotaurus on 1% health. This is it. Brand new kill animation. The first time this has ever happened in this game. Go on. There it is. Oh. Well said, Iguanodon. Well said. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we officially have a medium herbivore capable of fighting back. The very first time we've had that in the game, unless I've gone utterly crazy in the last 5 minutes, but I don't think I have. Thank you so much for joining me. That was the Iguanodon. That's the new animations. Really cool little dinosaur. I know this was an absolute fan favourite people have been waiting to see for a long time, so I'm glad they did it some justice. I'm glad, again, we have brand new animations in the game. I think that's really important to make dinosaurs feel special. This also, for me, sets it up a little bit for more medium herbivores like this down the line. Maybe we could get a Therizinosaurus, stuff like that. We'll have to wait and see. Anyways, come back in an hour. We'll be looking at one of the other new dinosaurs. We're going to be looking at the Dreadnoughtus. That'll be online in 1 hour. I'll see you lovely folks then. Cheers, much love as always. Bye-bye. A little shout out at the end. This video and others like it would not be possible at all without the support of you guys watching me at home, and also everyone on this Patreon page right here who supported me in the last month. If you want to help out as well, you can do so at patreon.com/bestinslot. Every little really helps. Cheers.